I serve as the program coordinator for the McGill Project, which is the oldest living and learning community on Vanderbilt's campus, founded in 1972. This evening we had a McGill Hour hosted by Wcislo, Dean of the Commons and Associate Professor of History. The McGill Hour series is a weekly discussion series that's attended by between 10 and 50 McGillites each week on a topic of mutual interest chosen by the professor and by the students. And this week they both chose to talk about living and learning communities on Vanderbilt's campus, the past, the future, and where we can go from this point, recommending initiatives to senior administration on what we should include in those new college halls.
But a year or two of experience does make a difference to the way in which to the nature of the interaction, and maybe even for the frequency with which you seize on the opportunity. I mean, we go out of our way. It's an opportunity. You're not required to do anything, right? As a matter of fact, from the outset of the whole thing to the present moment, were we to in any way suggest that students had to do this stuff, we would have a total riot on our hand within a semester, I'm convinced of it.
And you talked about what are the relevance of living learning communities? Why do we put so much effort into them? Why do we have this whole common system and then places like McGill? And it was actually a very interesting discussion talking about the ways that students actually interact with professors on campus, the ways that they actually engage in campus more than they otherwise would, and how that translates from the freshman year where you have this whole structured common system to other dorms like places like McGill.
Tonight I talked a bit about being a faculty member who actually lives on campus and what that meant to me in terms of my own self-identity as being a professor. And they talked a lot more about what McGill had to offer the university as it thinks about developing living and learning communities for the upper class years, sophomore, junior, and senior year. So there are some interesting ideas that they offered, some challenging questions that they put forward, and an hour that went by so quickly that I was surprised when the bells went off at 6 o'clock telling me that it was done.